The final boss of Bleach touch-ups, y'all. This client here has a full, and I mean full head of K-tip extensions. Now, you may recall this client from past videos. She has literally, like, I'm not joking, a teaspoon of natural hair. And so she likes to have a really, really full head of K-tips. So she's wearing about 300 grams in there. So they're pretty much everywhere. I mean, they're all the way up to the top of her head practically. So when you're doing a bleach retouch around K-tips, it's really important that you use a lightener that does not expand. So that's one of the many reasons why I always go for Wella Blonderplex lightener, because it stays where you put it. Because if you can spend all day long being super accurate and careful to not overlap that lightener, but if you're using a lightener that's going to foam up and expand while it's processing, you're basically just wasting your time. So you have to go through and take your fingers to basically lift up all of the K-tips in each little row, because you can't just slice right through there with the tail of your brush like you could if there was not a head full of extensions. So the application is definitely slowed down, which is all the more reason why you want to make sure you use a low volume developer with your lightener. I always use 20 on Brenda here. And I just take my time, slowly but accurately working my way through her head, applying that lightener. And it's also really important that you use a brush with very firm bristles so you can really press that lightener into the hair, because again, you can't take as thin of sections as you could if there was not extensions in there. So after I was done applying everything, I let her process at room temperature for about an hour to get her regrowth lifted up to a nice clean level 10, like you can see here. I don't use any toner on this client. She just likes a nice bright bleach blonde. But as you can see by the finished result, it is 100% possible to do a bleach retouch on a client, even if they have a head full of extensions, as long as you just take your time and don't rush through the process. And you can see, yes, they are all still attached to her head because I didn't fry her roots off, but I appreciate your concern. So y'all, that's all there is to it. Just a little extra time, carefully working around all those little bonds. Definitely want to make sure you're using Blonderplex lightener, because not only is it going to give you the level of lift that you need, even with a low volume developer, but again, you're not going to have to worry about it expanding. It's going to stay where you put it.